And then, of course, once you have done these first two steps, which is awareness and acceptance, the third step is actually getting into action, because now you're free to start taking new actions for a new future.
So it was like something that you didn't experience or didn't expect, and it happened. And then you had a mechanism to actually turn it around, or how was it processed? Because I think like when you describe like it now, we probably think like it's like a switch. And probably it can become a switch later on, but at that moment it might probably like a journey. And for all of us, I think we really need to practice that
Yeah.
before we can turn it anytime we fail. Yeah.
Yeah. So it actually starts off with what I will call as awareness. And it's an awareness that, right now I am experiencing a setback or a failure. And you become aware of it by not blaming yourself and getting upset and angry, but just realize that, oh, I had a business and now, the business has to close down.
Mm,
And just registering that as a fact allows us to start to think a little bit more deeply about what is next. And what next
mm,
is usually, the ability to see that there were many things that I did or I did not do that contributed perhaps to that failure. And to be able to say that, because often when we are dealing with a setback or failure, um, we try to blame others or the situation, and we don't want to take personal responsibility. But in my experience and in my years of coaching, what I've discovered is that when you can take personal responsibility for something, and like personal ownership, right, then it becomes easier to be able to move ahead and to let go of the upset and the emotions around that failure. And then, of course, once you have done these first two steps, which is awareness and acceptance, the third step is actually getting into action, because now you're free to start taking new actions for a new future. But this is probably the most challenging part, because when we fall, we also lose our confidence, right? And if we don't have a good support structure around us, like a good network of friends and people who are there like cheerleaders to lead us on, we may actually give up on our dreams. And so I was lucky. I had, my family and friends who cheered me on. And so even if it was not for me, right, at least not to disappoint them, I picked myself up and I started the journey again.
it's
And
good.
um, and then the last piece is, if you continue to take these new actions, after a while, it becomes the new reality. And then you have self-actualized and gone to another stage in your life.